We all want to live in white countries because white people create the best countries. I mean this in the kindest way possible, but most other cultures are shit. People of color create things like caste systems that perpetuate real discrimination among populations of people. White people have created pretty much everything we use on a daily basis. White erasure means everything that makes the West great will cease to exist. Would you want to live under the systems created by people of color across the world? Look at places like India, the countries in Africa, the rampant corruption in South America. No fucking thanks. This is the greatest country in the world. Never forget that.
100%. This is the greatest country in the world. I said this before, right? Keep Western countries predominantly white Christians, right? I said this. And that doesn't mean that there's, of course, no minorities coming in. Of course, right? There's immigration. That they're not kicking out minorities. They're not. I mean, like, in my opinion, Western countries are more accepting of different groups than any other countries in the world. Period. Right? Hell, it's like white countries are less homogenous than all these other countries. Africa, China, any parts of Asia. And it's thanks to white people. I'm sorry. Thanks to white people. We have the technologies we have, the infrastructure we have. Basically, infrastructures, all these other countries have learned from the Western countries. Okay? Have learned from Western countries. And here's the thing. We have more millionaires of every racial groups than original countries, right? There are more black millionaires in America than, I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, than all of Africa. All of Africa, right? Or at least we have more wealthier black people than all of Africa. Imagine that. A whole continent doesn't compare to the small percentage, right, of the black people we have here. They're more wealthier here than they are in their country of origin. Same thing with most, if not all, other racial groups. We created more prosperous people, right? It's like, and this is the thing where this is part controversial, right? Because all these other countries are whatever because of colonialism. Guess what? At least I know that we're stronger, right? I'd rather be the country that conquers than the country that gets conquered. Controversial? I'm probably controversial, but hell, I don't give a shit, right? I mean, let's be honest, right? You gotta think of that perspective. If I'm not saying I'm black, of course I'm not. I'd rather be a black person in America than a black person in Africa, in my opinion, right? Just same thing with being Vietnamese. I'd rather be a Vietnamese in America than a Vietnamese in Vietnam, okay? Because you see this thing, right? Mexicans, they live right next to us. They'd rather be here than in Mexico, right? They'd rather be here than in Mexico, even though they wave the Mexican flag and shit like that. But they'd rather be here, right? Because there's no opportunity. There's chances for a better life here than in their country of origin, even though they're stupid enough to rep their country of origin, which I think is idiotic. But that's the freedom of America, right? Another benefit of America, the amazingness of America. And guess what? It's thanks to white people. Thanks to white people. Controversially, right? Another controversial take. I don't care for slavery, right? It's a terrible thing. I wish it was never done. And then we wouldn't have the black people that we do have complaining about it, but it is what it is. But here's the thing, right? Again, it's a terrible thing. But what's the results? We have more successful black people here. More black people have contributed to society. The inventions that black people do, the culture that black people have created, thanks to America. And in my opinion, right? Thanks to the white people having you here, because you see the results, right? Africans aren't creating the same type of culture